Now, this is the second crossroads of the golf swing, and that is the beginning of the downswing, how you start down. And this is really the crucial area of whether you're going to hit a good shot or a bad shot. Most amateurs do this entirely wrong. Hogan wanted you to feel this coming from the hips, the lower body, definitely not from the shoulders or the hands and arms. He wanted you to leave the hands and arms alone. He called it a free ride down to about the halfway position, that the club was being pulled by the hips and getting down into this position right here. There's been nothing done with the hands and arms. They've remained back. And you can see the tremendous stored energy that Hogan has as he approaches the hitting zone. As he comes down now to the halfway down position, kind of the place we deliver the golf club from, you can see he's made a very strong move into his left side. He already has his left knee over his left foot, another thing that he wrote about. Now as he comes into the impact position, another thing that he stressed in his book, both books, was the push-off from the inside part of his right foot, that he used that for extra power. And it's a great little tip. Now, here Hogan comes in to hit the ball, and you can see the bow in his left wrist, the supination that Hogan writes about. That's a nice, solid, flat left wrist, or even a slightly bowed left wrist. The right wrist is definitely cocked back.
Hogan actually started sort of weak and then reverse cupped it, kept the angle, and then right at the bottom supinated. Just the exact opposite out of 95% of all golfers on the earth. In other words, he did a reverse move. He didn't tell you what he was doing, but he did do this reverse cup, just the opposite of everyone else. He told everything else, but that was the one thing that he didn't talk about, and that helped him get rid of his hook, by the way, and it also enabled him to use his right side real well.
Now, just past impact, right here, Hogan felt like this is where he was generating the most speed. That's where he felt the speed should be going through that area of the golf swing. Certainly not before it, but at the ball and past it. And this is the one and only time that he felt that both arms were straight. Hogan believed in keeping his left arm straight in the backswing, and he wanted his right arm to stay straight for a long time, and you'll see this as he goes through to the finish position. The left elbow is starting to bend. The right hip is still firing forward. The right shoulder is continuously moving. His left shoulder is turning out behind him. He has tremendous speed in his body at this point going through to the finish position. But watch how long that right arm stays straight. And now as the club comes around his back and behind him, he lets the elbows fold down into the classic Hogan finish, where the club is finishing behind his head. He's fully up onto his right toe, eyes to the target, and into a very straight, balanced finish. Has to be one of the greatest golf swings ever.